My old crew chief once said this, and it stuck with me. He said, you should be able to hop into any race car and tell someone what needs to be done. I'm not saying that I need to go in and say, hey, you need to raise the track bar, but I should be able to say, wow, I am really tight, or I just cannot get this car to turn, I need better drive off. You know, whatever it is, you should be able to identify that. So I would say within the first 5 laps of me hopping into a car, right? But then when you get to these bigger series, it's harder and harder to figure out, because here's a funny story. I test drove a ARCA car before I even did my first race. I went down there, and there was a vibration, but I thought that, 750 horsepower. I'm like, wow, this is what 750 horsepower feels like. Going into turn 3 at Hickory in an ARCA car, my drive shaft was shaking so bad it took my stick shift and put it in neutral. And so I was free coasting, and then we finally found out that the drive shaft was out of balance. But that was a big learning experience, and everyone was like, why'd you tell us? I'm like, well, I didn't know. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. But the car was running good. So it's hard to identify exactly what would make you, I'm not even going to say successful, but it's what's going to make you understand what the car is doing, right? You have to understand what the car is doing, why it's doing that. But when it comes down to being tight and loose, every driver should hop in the car and go, okay, this car is a little bit too loose for me, for my driving style.